The signing of Donald Trump's executive order to cut financial assistance to South Africa and prioritize the resettlement of Afrikaner farmers marks a significant moment in the already tense relationship between the United States and South Africa. This decision comes as a reaction to South Africa's land policies and its recent case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. The move has deep political, economic, and social implications for both South Africa and the Afrikaner minority. South Africa has been implementing race-based policies like black economic empowerment and affirmative action laws for decades, meant to redress past injustices. However, these policies have marginalized the Afrikaner community and other non-black South Africans, pushing many skilled professionals out of the economy. The government's push for land expropriation without compensation has further raised concerns about property rights and economic stability. Trump's decision is likely influenced by multiple factors. One is the continued narrative, especially among conservative groups, that white farmers in South Africa are under attack. Elon Musk has also spoken out against what he calls racist ownership laws. Additionally, South Africa's case against Israel at the International Court of Justice may have played a role, considering Trump's strong ties with Israel. The executive order signals that the U.S. disapproves of South Africa's policies and is willing to act against them. For the South African government, the loss of $440 million in aid is a major setback. With high unemployment, failing infrastructure, and a growing budget deficit, the ANC-led government of national unity must now find alternative funding sources. This could push the government closer to China or Russia, alliances that come with their own risks and economic consequences. Politically, this move deepens the divide between South Africa and the West. With the 2024 elections reshaping the political landscape, opposition parties like the Democratic Alliance and Freedom Front Plus may use this as further proof of ANC failure. Meanwhile, the ANC and the economic freedom fighters will likely respond with strong anti-Western rhetoric, worsening relations with the United States. For ordinary South Africans, the effects will be significant. The loss of United States aid could further weaken government services, impacting healthcare, education, and social grants that millions of black South Africans rely on. Businesses dependent on United States trade and investment may face financial difficulties, leading to job losses. For Afrikaners and other minority communities, Trump's resettlement plan offers hope. Many skilled professionals and farmers have struggled under B laws, which limit their access to jobs and economic opportunities. South Africa has over 100 race-based laws that disadvantage non-black citizens, making it difficult for Afrikaners to succeed. The opportunity to resettle in the United States provides a new path for those who feel increasingly marginalized in their own country. Over time, Afrikaners have been systematically excluded from the mainstream economy. Despite their contributions to agriculture, industry, and innovation, BE regulations continue to hinder their progress. Some have turned to self-sufficient Afrikaner enclaves like Orania, but these efforts remain limited. Many face an uncertain future under a government that offers little support or protection for their rights. The government's land reform efforts have raised additional concerns. While intended to empower black South Africans, corruption and mismanagement have resulted in failed agricultural projects. Many productive farms acquired through land reform have collapsed, as seen with the once thriving Zebediela citrus estate, which has deteriorated due to poor administration. At the root of South Africa's problems is corruption. A small, well-connected black elite controls wealth and political power while the majority, both black and white, suffer under worsening conditions. Infrastructure is collapsing, crime is rampant, and government services are nearly non-existent. The ruling elite benefit from lucrative government contracts while millions struggle in poverty. The economic divide is widening, and many South Africans are now worse off than they were under the previous government. Trump's executive order presents an opportunity for Afrikaners. If properly implemented, the resettlement program could provide thousands of families with a safer and more prosperous future. The United States has a strong agricultural sector that could benefit from skilled South African farmers. Likewise, Afrikaners with expertise in engineering, medicine and business may find greater opportunities in the United States than in South Africa, where racial quotas restrict their career growth. For those who choose to remain in South Africa, Trump's decision highlights their plight on the global stage. International awareness of their struggles may pressure the South African government to rethink its policies and discriminatory laws. If the GNU wants to avoid further economic and political fallout, it must address the issues that led to Trump's decision. The government should shift from race-based policies to merit-based economic reforms that benefit all South Africans. Equal opportunities for everyone, regardless of race, will create a stronger and more inclusive economy. Instead of forcefully seizing land, the government should focus on skills training and agricultural support for new black farmers. A land reform policy that promotes productivity rather than political favoritism is essential. The loss of U.S. aid should serve as a wake-up call for South Africa's leadership. Tackling corruption, improving infrastructure, and supporting small businesses will help the country become more self-reliant. Rather than responding with hostility toward the U.S., the GNU should engage diplomatically to maintain trade and investment relations. The South African government must recognize that discrimination, no matter who it targets, is unjust. Ensuring equal rights and opportunities for all citizens, including Afrikaners, will help build a more unified and prosperous nation. Trump's decision to cut aid and offer resettlement to Afrikaners underscores the deep divisions within South Africa and increasing international scrutiny of its policies. South Africa now faces a choice: continue on a path of racial division and economic decline, or take steps toward building a fairer and more inclusive society. For Afrikaners, the executive order provides a chance at a better future. Whether through relocation to the United States or heightened international awareness of their challenges, this moment could mark the start of significant change. The responsibility now lies with the South African government. Will it reform, or will it double down on policies that are driving the nation toward instability? For Afrikaners, the executive order provides a chance at a better future. Whether through relocation to the United States or heightened international awareness of their challenges, this moment could mark the start of significant change. The responsibility now lies with the South African government. Will it reform, or will it double down on policies that are driving the nation toward instability?